Hey guys, what's up? My name is Travis Monsod. You are tuned into my channel, Travis Monsod. Yes, I am back after about 3 weeks or so. I've been doing a lot of streaming lately. I've had adjustments on my Kumu schedule and I've been testing out some new equipment. Also, I've done some live for Mickle audio on the Shopee and Lazada sales, and we will be doing more of that soon, so stay tuned via the Mickle Audio page on Facebook. So for this video, I actually improved on my second stream station. As you all know, when I do my Kumu house parties on the Kumu app, I actually use OBS with my DJ equipment in the background. So the way it goes is all the audio and video go into the computer, and then the computer actually sends a signal via OBS into the Kumu app. So I had to make a second stream station, basically because when I would guest in other people's streams, I can't actually use the OBS app as much because with the Kumu platform, it is more encouraged to use your mobile phones. So with that in mind, let's see the improvements which I did to the second stream station I have here at home. Of course, don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please click on the bell for notifications. All right, let's go. All right, guys, so here is the improved This is the improved second stream station I have right now. As usual, we still have the XLR 100 Generation 1 microphone with the kit on the left right there. And then we have, of course, my DDJ WeGo 4 from Pioneer for the sounds. And on the right most, I have the iPod Touch that also is a second source for sound when it comes to the second streaming station. As usual, we have the SC01, and if you notice, I actually put a loop, or this is a loop monitor arm, which actually has a mobile phone or a smartphone holder right there. You can actually find these things in Lazada, and I have a power strip with USB ports also, as you can see there, which powers most of the equipment right here. So I'll be going a little bit nearer so you can see the Mickle MT4 mixer in the back, and I'll be doing more explaining when it comes to that part of the video. But for now, this is the improvements that I've actually made. I've added an arm. I rearranged the power strips so that it looks a bit flush against the wall, and also I put some cell phone holders, or I put some smartphone holders on the bottom so that I have monitoring from my other phones. So again, we have the loop arm for a better angle when it comes to holding the smartphones, whether it's the iPhone 11 Pro, which I use, or I actually have another mid-range smartphone that I can show you guys on how to set it up properly. All right, let's go to a nearer shot where I can show you the mixer and how my audio is actually routed. All right, let's go. All right, guys, so there it is. That is the Mickle MT4 mixer, and I've actually decided to put most of my audio inputs into the mixer, as I want to maximize the accompaniment port of the SC01. As you can see, the input or the mic of the SC01 is actually picking up my voice right now, and that's how good the mic is. Of course, it's from Mickle, so yeah, there's no issues there. So here's how I routed the audio for the second stream station. Okay, so the output of the WeGo 4 goes into channel 2 of the MT4 mixer right there. And as you can see, I didn't use the main outputs, but I actually used the tape outputs. So I'm using an RCA out going into the accompaniment port of the SC01. Now the mic goes into the condenser mic port of the SC01. I'm actually thinking also of using the mic with the mixer so that I can actually have more control when it comes to the signal of the mic, and I can put the mic into channel 1 of the mixer. Now the iPod Touch is actually not hooked up physically to the mixer, but it's hooking up via Bluetooth because this mixer actually has a Bluetooth feature. And I'm using channel 3 on the mixer to control the volume coming in to the sound card. So again, let me repeat. Channel 2 is where the out of the Wigo goes in, and channel 3 is where the Bluetooth signal comes in. I'm using the tape output of the mixer going into the accompaniment port of the SC01. All right, now a lot of questions coming in. So basically, how am I going to hook it up to the smartphone? All right, now it'll depend on the smartphone that we actually have. All right, if you guys have a smartphone with a headphone jack like this Samsung A50, all right, now this guy has a headphone jack, so basically all you have to do is hook up the TRRS cable into the headphone jack right there, and with this the USB-C port is free so that you can charge the phone. Now what if I have an iPhone, right? I have an iPhone with no headphone jack, okay, like this iPhone 11 Pro, right? There's no headphone jack on this particular unit. So I have 3 options for you guys actually. One is you want to get a lightning to headphone jack. Preferably you want to get the original Apple dongle because this guy hasn't given me any headaches. I've had some friends get third-party dongles and they've had problems with the dongle itself. But for this dongle, all I had to do is hook it up to the TRRS cable and stick it into the lightning port. The only drawback is with this setup is that there is no charging for the phone. So if you're going to be streaming, your phone has to be 100% charged. On a full charge, I've actually done a stream a little over 1 hour and maybe 15 minutes or 1 hour and 30 minutes. It was a good stream. I was left with about 10 to 15% battery left. So yeah, I suggest that you use phones with bigger batteries if you want to have longer streams and using the lightning and headphone jack dongle setup for the iPhone. Now, if you're using a phone with no headphones, the SC01's USB-C port can actually also be utilized. You can actually pass sound through that via a USB cable. Now, for the iPhone, you will need a lightning to USB-A port right here. Now, this is, I think it's called an Apple camera connector. Basically, you can hook up the USB-C cable from the SC01 into the iPhone via this particular dongle. Okay, now again, the drawback using a dongle like that is you cannot charge the phone. So again, you have to go with a full battery into the stream. But I've actually bit the bullet and I bought the 2nd generation camera dongle from Apple for my iPhone 11 for my streams. Again, it has a lightning jack on one end, and then on the other end you have that USB-A port, and then you have a secondary lightning port for charging. Now, I've actually done some streams for going the TRRS cable of the SC01, and I've used the USB-C port with the dongle and a USB-C cable going into my iPhone 11 Pro, and I'm happy to report that it actually works. All right, so I'll be showing you guys a couple of setups right now with the phones. Here you go. All right, guys, again, here we are, and as you can see, we have the TRRS cable hooked up to the Samsung A50 because this has a headphone jack, and you can see it going into the SC01. So this is for the audio, and then of course the front camera will be doing the video for your live streams. All right, and then you can also do the controls on the mixer right there on the MT4. All right, so I'll be showing you guys next the iPhone setup, and here we go. All right, guys, so this is the iPhone setup. Again, we don't have charging on this setup. This is actually using the lightning to headphone jack dongle, and we are using again the TRRS cable for audio routing into the phone. Obviously, again, the front-facing camera of the iPhone 11 Pro will be your video, and then for audio, we'll be using this cable into the phone. All right, so I'll be showing you guys another setup. Okay, we're going to be using the USB cable going into the SC01. Okay guys, so here is another possible setup that you can do. You can actually forego the TRRS cable. So I've disconnected the TRRS cable from the phone, and I'm actually using the USB cable from the MMSC01. And we're using a USB-C to USB-A cable, and then we're using a dongle, of course, lightning to USB-A. So this is another setup for your iPhone or for any smartphone without a headphone jack. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys the third and final setup with charging with that Generation 2 camera dongle from Apple. All right, here we go. All right guys, there you go. I've actually plugged in the dongle, the second generation camera dongle from Apple. We again have the lightning port of the MMSC01 routing into the camera dongle's USB-A port, and then the second lightning port beside it is charging the phone, and then of course on the other end it's going straight into the phone. I'm not using the TRRS cable for the sound input and output, but instead I'm actually using the USB-C port, and I'm sort of getting a digital signal of in and outs. And as always, we are using the front-facing cameras of the iPhone 11 Pro for the video, and we are again using this setup for the audio. So again, those were some creative ways on how to actually maximize your MMSC01 and get better audio for your streams. Okay guys, so there it is. That's the second stream station for my studio here. Actually, in my studio, I've set it up so that in case I need extra stuff to do, everything is actually maximized for the work that has to be done. I've actually been contacted by some people to help them with their home studios as well. So I might do videos on that, of course, with their permission, but wait and stay tuned for that. Alright guys, my name is Travis Monsod. Manila, stay future-proof. Cheers.